My name is Tom from the First Aid Training Co-operative, and now what I'm going to show you is some alternatives to the recovery position. Perhaps our casualty has injured their leg, or for some other reason we don't want to lift up their leg. So let's think about an alternative for that. In all of these scenarios, I'm always going to prepare my area, I'm always going to remove glasses, place them in the hand nearest, and I'm always going to check for rings. Okay, so I'm going to move this hand out of the way, as before, and I'm going to come in a little bit closer to my casualty, and this time, because possibly they have injured their leg, I'm going to bring the legs together, and to keep them together I'm just going to cross his feet over, very, very carefully. Okay, I'm going to now take his hand, holding onto his thumb with my thumb and opening up my hand. I'm going to bring it across around the back of his head. Good grip on his trousers to make sure that I've got him there. And I'm going to say ready, steady, roll. And like that, we can roll him over. I need to stabilise him. So I'm going to bring both knees up this time. And then, as before, I'm going to very carefully lay his head on his hand. Make sure he's nice and stable before giving him an airway and checking for breathing. So there's one possibility. Get my casualty to roll back now. Another alternative situation might involve a very large casualty, and I don't feel like I've got the strength to roll them over just by lifting up their knee in a more traditional recovery position. This time, what I'm going to do is lift up their knee, but rather than keep it there, I'm going to bring it across the other side of their leg and hold on to it, taking hold of his thumb again and opening my hand around the back of his head. Now, just for demonstration, I'll show you how easy this is by just rolling him over with one finger. Ready, steady, roll, over he comes, and I hold on to his head. Stabilise him. His head on his hand again, shuffling his arms so he's nice and stable at both ends. Again, give him an airway and check for breathing. Once I'm happy with that, in this case, I might then reorganise his legs just to make him a little bit more comfortable. Okay, that's my casualty to go back again. So we've looked at a couple of options there with the casualty's legs. Let's now think about the other end of his body and think more about his spine and trying to keep his spine in line as best as possible. So we've seen that laying his head on his hand actually means that the spine gets quite kinked. So an alternative for that, this time, is to lift this arm up in the air and place it down beside his head. Careful not to force it. Now I'm going to bring his legs together. Okay, and I'll roll him over like this to keep him in as straight a line as possible. I'm still going to hold on to his thumb and his head. Ready, steady, roll. Up he comes. I'm going to stabilise him. And now we can see very carefully, let's move his hand a little bit. There we go, onto his elbow. Give him an airway and check his breathing again. And we can see that although it's not perfect, it's an awful lot better than it was before. Okay, so let's see if we can improve that a little bit more. So I'm going to roll my casualty back again. Possibly my casualty's shoulder doesn't actually allow his arm to fold all the way back like that, or possibly just got very broad shoulders. So this time, what I'm going to do is use the jumper there as a pillow to support his head. So I'm going to slide his arm out the way. I'm going to bring his feet together, crossing them over again. Now hold on to his trousers. Bring his hand up here. Ready, steady, roll. Over he comes. Bring his knees up. Hold on to his head. And now I'm going to really pack that jumper in there, making sure that it doesn't slip. Okay. Ensure that he's stable. Give him an airway again and ensure that he's breathing effectively. So there's some variations on the recovery position.